the first thing that I want to talk about with the notes, with these notes, you don't have to copy these down if you don't want to. You can. I'm not going to give credit for it. This is just to help you do those problems that I assigned. So first, let's talk about the slope. What's the slope? What does slope mean? What does slope mean? Slope is a characteristic of lines, and it tells you how steep a line is. If I had something like this, where my slope was my line was like this is a very steep slope, a very steep line, and it has a large positive slope. This is just some descriptions, some picture and descriptions. So if I had something like this, where it was not as steep, I would say a small positive slope. An example of that would be like 1/3 or 1/2 or 2/3 or some kind of maybe a fraction or like a 1 or something that's very, very small. Large positive slopes, that's like numbers like 5, 10, 14 over 2, well I guess I should say 3 or something like that. So you have that. These are both positive because they're going upwards from left to right. So if you go this way, you can think of it like there's a little guy, there's a little hiker, hitchhiker? No, he's looks like he's jazzercising. All right, so he's climbing up. He's climbing upwards, going up. That means it's positive. And you always move from left to right. It's just like you're reading. It's just the convention. It's not based on anything. It's just everybody should do it the same so that everybody else knows what you mean when you say a positive slope. So that's always going from left to right. So the guy's always moving left to right. For negative slopes, that's just downwards. So this would be a small negative slope. And then, yep, you guessed it. If I have, you're going to make a large positive slope. So then I have like a large positive slope. Or sorry, it's large negative. It's really, really steep. So the bigger the numbers, the more steep it is. The smaller the numbers, like fractions that are less than 1, the less steep it is. Oh, that makes sense. On this one, I draw the guy upside down because it's like he's falling. He's falling down. He's tumbling. No. He has a sad face. So he's falling down the slope. This guy, he dead. This one, he's dead. He fell off a cliff. So that's how you remember positive and negative slope. Now another way to define slope is how much does it rise, how much does it run. So let's finally look at an example. Let's look at an example now. So if you recall, slope is defined by rise over run. Rise over run. And if you just remember this stuff, then you should be good. It should be all good to go. These are both positive. Maybe I should have put a plus there. Positive, these are both negative. These both negative. Okay. So this one, what is this? This is definitely positive. So I'm always going to start from left to right. That's just my habit, just because I read that way. So maybe you can start from left to right as well. So that means I'll start here. And I'm just going to count how much do I rise to line up with this. So how much do I rise? Well, 1, 2, 3. I rise 3. So in this case, the rise is 3. And the run, how much do I have to move over to get to this point? That's my question. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3, and I run 12. Now, this is slanting upwards from left to right, so this is positive. So that's good. And then we're done. Oh, no, wait, we can reduce. And here I'm going to reduce by 3. I can divide each of these by 3. This is me reducing. And so I would get 1 over 4. So the slope here is 1/4. And it's positive. You could count it backwards also. It's just you have to be thinking, okay, rise is on the top, that's vertical, and then run is horizontal. So hopefully that makes sense. There you go. I'm going to write it in black because I'm going to do some different lines on this as well. For this green line, again, I'm just going to count the rise over run, starting from the left side. This one, look at it, look at it, look at it. It's negative. So like if I rise up, I never get over to my other side. I never get to the other point. So I guess I have to go down. It's kind of confusing to people because when you think rise, you think upwards, but it's actually just vertical motion. The run is just horizontal. So I can count this. I can go down 1. So that's the rise is 1, and then the run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, it technically looks like it's there, but the point is drawn there. So 8. All right. I can't reduce that, but here's the thing. This looks like that. It's negative. Oh, and it's a small one. So I have to make sure I have negative. Another way to remember it is, oh, I had to go downwards and then to the right. So, yeah, that's negative. That's for the green one. And then there's 2 on your paper that are like, what about this one? Well, I'll do it in a different color. What about this one, huh? This one here? This one? It's just a horizontal line. So how much do you rise? 0. Okay. How much do you go down? 0. How much do you run? Well, you can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, blah. Well, I guess I should actually count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the rise was 0. The run was 12. In fact, we could actually 12, 13, or 13. It doesn't matter what we're running because 0 divided by anything is still just 0. So this is actually a 0 slope. A slope of 0. So you could just say, what's the slope? 0. And that's it. Okay.
What about the vertical one? I see a vertical one. What are we going to do with that?
Well, the vertical one, let's think about it. Still, we're going to use the definition of rise over run. This video is getting way too lengthy. So let's see about this. How much do I rise? 1, 2, 3. How much do I run? 0. Okay. 3 over 0. We can't have 0 in the denominator. What is that? We can't have 0 in the denominator. If we do, it's called something like undefined. There is no definition for it. It's not allowed. So this fraction is undefined because you're not allowed to have 0 in the denominator. But that means the slope is undefined as well. Undefined slope. So for vertical lines, it's an undefined slope. For horizontal lines, it's a 0 slope. And you can think about it by just looking at rise over run. Wow, that was lengthy. Hopefully you'll be able to do the first 4 now. Goodbye.